Shida of Japan, the number 3 seeds. And of course, one of the stories of the tournament. We'll get into that shortly, but just to look at that third quarter of the draw. And the winner of this Turkey-Japan match will either take on Jung and Jung of Hong Kong, China, or Sung and Yu of Chinese Taipei, with the likes, of course, of Kim and Kong, one of the most informed pairs in women's doubles, awaiting in the quarters. But this one, of course, all eyes on Matsuyama and Shida as they make their start in this World Championships campaign. And the story, of course, is that this is their last tournament as a pair. Time to sort of take it all in as they put an end to what has been a very successful partnership for Japan. And Chiharu Shida will, of course, move on to partner up with Arisa Igarashi after this tournament. But that's for the future. Right now, we're going to see what these women can do on court. Maybe they want a fairy tale ending with a World Championship gold. That would be ideal send-off for these women.
White and blue for you.
See, it's the first time they have met.
That side. Who received? Shida received.
So just to recap the coin toss, the Turkish pair won the toss. They chose the far end. Shida will receive and Inci will serve. And Bobby, well, it's a pity to see the end of Matsuyama and Shida, because they have entertained and thrilled us for many years now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've spent around 6 years inside the top 20 and much of that inside the top 10. They're stalwarts of women's doubles. They're always there or thereabouts. They're always a tough pair to break down. You know, they are lacking a World Championship medal. You know, they've got medals at the Games. I think they picked up a bronze in Paris last summer. And yeah, they're after this title. You know, what a finale! What a way to end a career as a pair. It's going to be a good watch this week for them.
As we see some of the numbers coming off Ercetin and Inci, they got a walkover in the first round against a Japanese pair, which will keep them fresh and ready for the second round massive matchup against the Japanese third seeds. Manami Matsuyama, 27-year-old from Fukuoka, still not sure what she wants to do post the World Championships. That's what she says. And look at that, 3-time quarter-finalists. Matsuyama and Shida debuted in 2021, lost to Chen and Jia in straights. In 2022, again in the quarterfinals, lost to Kim and Kong, the old Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young in 2. And then in the last edition, again, Chen and Jia standing in their way in 3 games. So that's one hurdle they're desperately trying to overcome at the World Championships. Had a bye in the first round as a seeded pair. Win-loss record of 14-4 in 2025, 77%. That's a decent record. In the second round, it's 4-2. Stéphane Venet is the umpire for this match. He umpired, of course, the opening match of this day on this court and has recovered now.
Many hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah. As we see the players get ready. And of course, Ercetin and Inci, though they play mostly on the challenger circuit, are not unfamiliar with playing at the World Championships. We saw their last World Championship back in 2021, but this is their 4th appearance at a World Championship. In 2018, they lost in the second round to Fruergaard and Chusen in 2. In 2019, in the first round, lost as well. And in 2021, lost in the second round to the Stoeva sisters, 12 and 14. So they're familiar with playing at the World Championships, know the demands of this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be daunted necessarily by the stage they're on or the occasion. They've got 11 titles, albeit international challenge or international series titles. Certainly success to some extent in the European Championships over the years. And like you say, they've been on this stage a few times as well. So I don't think that will phase them today. I just think they're up against a very, very
Turkey.
consistent Japanese pair, and
And on my left,
ultimately they
Matsuyama and Shida,
may not be able to
Japan.
keep up with that relentless pace and consistency,
Now,
and
Inci to serve
they're going to have to defend
Shida.
very well.
Level. Great. Service over.
14-6
Love.
this year in 2025. Ercetin and Inci, 70% of matches won. In the second round, it stands at 3 wins and 3 losses. Makes a pretty decent reading when you're summing up the year so far for the Turkish pair.
Yeah, it does. It looks good, but you've then got to look at the level of competition. You know, the tournaments that they're playing. You compare that to Matsuyama and Shida, who had a period between the World Tour finals in December and after the All England, the Asian Championships, and did well in the Sudirman Cup. You look at those 4 months, and they've picked up something like 45,000 ranking points. You know, finals at massive events. Including being the All England champions this year, and the level of competition, of course, at those events is higher than what this Turkish pair have been up against.
Three. Love.
That anticipation from Matsuyama.
Four. Love.
Well, it's the perfect start, isn't it, for the Japanese? They're dictating things here without necessarily needing to be either in top gear or putting as much pace on the attack as they need to, or they could do rather. They're just doing what they need to do, finding the gaps, anticipating well, cutting out that mid-court, and it's just too much pressure so far for this Turkish pair. Net shot from Matsuyama. Court coverage of the Japanese is just brilliant. So light on their feet, and when they get in a bit of trouble, they just give it a good old whack to the backcourt and start again, and it's so patient.
Service over.
Well, they've done well to win a point. And they're going to have to buckle their seatbelts, I think, for this match, because if they want to win lots of points, they're going to have to do that kind of rally over and over and over again. And just not sure how many pairs in the world really have that ability and consistency and stamina.
Short from Matsuyama.
Yeah, it was quite a short lift. I'm surprised she didn't opt for power there.
Service over. 6-2.
This is indeed a quick fire start from Matsuyama and Shida. 7-2 up. Ercetin and Inci immediately being put under pressure to find the points. Good serve.
8-2. Service over. 3-8.
It's interesting that they're splitting up after such a long time when neither of them's retiring as well, isn't it? That's often the case.
Yeah, I remember Matsuyama, I remember Shida saying that they just had different sort of aspirations post the Olympics. I think for Matsuyama, she had done as much as she could and didn't aspire for necessarily another Olympic run, or couldn't commit to another Olympic run, and I think Shida desperately wants that.
Service over.
Yeah, and it's not going to be too long before we're into that qualification period. It's
yeah,
mad,
exactly.
3.
But it takes 18 months.
It was that split of thinking or aspirations, ideology about what they wanted next for their careers.
Yeah, and certainly Arisa Higashino, can't help it.
Igarashi, I know.
Arisa Igarashi nowadays,
Service over.
Still very much got the fire in the belly, hasn't she?
4-9.
So it'll be nice to witness that new pairing.
Yeah, it's an exciting prospect, certainly, because Igarashi also very quick. And of course, having played mixed doubles successfully, has an all-rounded ability.
Yeah, can't get enough of that two-footed jump smash of Arisa Igarashi. That would be nice to see with Shida backing up.
Service over. 10-4.
Smiles all around. Redirection.
Yeah, rock solid in defence so often, those two. Looks effortless, that cross drive, just making sure they don't interact with the forecourt player and get it back into space.
Service over.
Misjudgment
5-10.
from Shida.
Nice attempt from the Japanese. I like the way they're putting emphasis on cutting out the mid-court and driving back into your opponents. It's very easy to let that go and just block to the net or go over the top, and it's quite an old-school defensive strategy, but instead they're trying to get involved in the forecourt.
That's wide. Yeah.
Service over. 11-5.
Into the break they go. 11-5 up. Number 3 seeds, Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida. At 5-zip run at the start of game 1 was enough to get them to stay ahead. 10 minutes played in this women's doubles second round.
ね、つなもうちょっとね、サードで次を、あとやっぱりサーブ周りもうちょっと頑張ってね、多分簡単にはパンパン決まらないかもしれない。もっともっと中くらいにして全然大丈夫からバレるからいいですからね。次のことしっかり考えて、まあ広いのしてくれてる。
Go to 20 seconds. Go to 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court. Coach, return to your chair. On court. Nami. 11-5. Play.
11-5 up. And Matsuyama and Shida 6 ahead of their lower ranked opponents.
$12-5.
Make that 7.
I doubt there are many players who have hit more shuttles in training, for example, than players like Shida and Matsuyama. To get to that level of consistency, and the shots are played at such pace and just manage to find a way to neutralize and go again.
Service over.
It might not be the most enigmatic and flamboyant and creative, but you can't fault their success levels.
No, absolutely not. You know, I think we had this conversation also. Not everyone's going to win it with flair and drama and, you know, like you said, flamboyancy. Consistency is key in sport.
Oh, wow. That's a difference. That's a sort of newish change to what we used to see just going back, say, 10 years. Look at that cutout from Shida. She's looking for that. She knows she's going to serve to a certain place along that service line, and she knows she's going to look to cut out that cross drive. The straight drive would have been ready for Matsuyama, and anything past her is, of course, Matsuyama's. But that was a strategy she was looking for before she even stepped up to serve. In the old days, it would have just been chip the serve. You'll get the net shot, but anything else is your partner's, and then it becomes a lift and a defensive game. It's a bit different nowadays, and it's great to see.
I look forward to seeing Shida and Igarashi against Liu and Tan. I think that will be
service over.
That will be a very interesting
7-16
matchup when it does happen eventually. Just feel like the energy Igarashi will bring to the court against someone like Liu and Tan will be interesting, alongside Shida, of course.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Liu and Tan still have the edge for me against anybody.
Against anyone.
I know it's easy to say. You look at their success, they're world #1.
Yeah.
But it's that interception at the mid-court, that aggressive style, that power in the racket and the wrist, and the way they're looking to win points is something that other pairs just aren't as good at. And that's just the way it is. So they are head and shoulders above
the rest
of the world at the moment.
17-7 now.
Service over.
It's unlucky. Matsuyama working hard in the forecourt. Good return of serve, going back across the body
18-8
of Ercetin.
10-point advantage now for Matsuyama and Shida.
19-8.
It's going all according to plan. Held the lead from the start, and they're closing in on the opening game now.
A little bit unorthodox from Matsuyama.
Service over.
Annoyed with herself for missing that. Matsuyama.
19.
There's quite a bit of strapping, isn't there, on Inci's forearm. An elbow. Wonder whether she still has all of the power that she would normally.
Service over. 20, game point 9.
Just too much pressure. And again, good work in the forecourt. They're winning a lot of rallies from that position.
Yeah, lovely placement to seal the opening game. 21-9. Number 3 seeds Matsuyama and Shida.
21.
With a confident showing against Ercetin and Inci of Turkey. It's always going to be a hard task. It gets harder now as they have to win game 2 to try and keep things alive. But right now it's Matsuyama and Shida in control.
Not cross, right? Yeah.
Topun yüksekliğine göre burası sacak sanılmasını. Yoksa onları iyi kısa netlerle başlar. Anlaşıldı mı? Tamam mı? Bir de çok geriye açılmayınız. Top yavaş geliyor. Yavaş geldiği için hücumlar biraz yukarıda yakalayarak drive şeklinde basabilirsiniz. Anlaşıldı mı? Bir de devamlı drive'a girmeyin. Orada bir ya öne ya arkaya bir denge bozmanız lazım. Anlaşıldı mı? Buna dikkat etmeniz gerekiyor.
Also, if you leave cross, ready for defense. Sometimes you leave cross, again attack cross, not ready. Yeah, ready. Yeah.
Kaybedecek bir şey yok. Anlaşıldı mı? Çok genç bir şey. Neと前こっち下からだと確実に
Go to 20 seconds. Go to 20 seconds. Players on court. Thank you, coach. Return to your chair. Second game.
Ready to start game 2.
Play.
Matsuyama and Shida on the far end now. It'll be Nami Matsuyama who serves.
Service over. 1, love. Change it.
Ercetin and Inci, for me, will need to take a very brave approach to this to be able to change the outcome here, because they're actually doing as much defending as the Japanese for big parts of that opening game, and
1-0.
these two are the best in the world at that. You know, they don't put a foot wrong all that often. Yes, there were a couple of missed shots from Matsuyama in that opening game, but only a couple. The rest of it was very consistent, and they're taking their chances in the forecourt as well, which is good to see. So the Japanese have got the basics down. they've got that consistent game if they need it, and that very long rally at the beginning where we said, right, the Turkish have got to do this now for the next hour if they want to compete. If that's their style, then that's what they're going to have to do, and then you just can't. Not against Matsuyama and Shida. And so I'd like to see them take a few more chances.
Get a little bit more.
Yeah, like this. Get into the attack and get on top of the net and
brilliant.
not let it go. That's brilliant. That's more like it.
Yeah, you asked them to get more creative. And get on top of the situation. And that's what Inci did just there. One-on-one battle with both Matsuyama and Shida.
She's smiling there, Matsuyama, as she was kneeling in defence. But yeah, I mean, you get those chances where let's say your partner's behind you and hits the smash, and it's whipped back, and you might be able to reach it. You've got to take a bit of a risk and a gamble against this pair, against the Japanese, and jump out and take it, and then try and finish the rally somehow from that position, because you're not going to get given that many chances.
Service over. 3-0.
Ercetin, looking for more opportunities to try and stay ahead of Matsuyama and Shida. Didn't get that chance at all in game one. So it's already something different they're trying to do here.
Service over.
Clinical with the smash there. Matsuyama, see that. It's no mistake finding the corner.
Service over. 5-4.
And just staying ahead. That time Inci just doing a really good job of opening up the court. She sent Matsuyama into the corner. Ercetin on the follow-up.
Service over. 5-0.
Just not quite keeping up with the consistency levels required. Can't afford to miss a serve, for example, or a fairly comfortable lift out into the corner like that. That's 2 points very quickly given away under no pressure. And there's going to be plenty of rallies where there's tons of pressure and you're going to have to work very hard for it, and you win one of those and you're on top of the world. You think that's great, and then you think back and you realise, well, that took an awful lot of time and effort, and previously we'd given away 2 cheap points.
Yeah.
You know, the stats don't lie. You just need to get the basics right.
Service over.
Just relentless when they get the chance to go. And they're in attack. That forecourt player, either one of the Japanese, puts so much pressure on the bodies of the Turks. It's almost like there's no way out. Oh, that's just not the level required.
8-7.
It's just, you know, at the end of the day, the difference in quality is quite visible, obviously, between these two pairs. And, you know, the fact that Matsuyama and Shida are making it look simple is just, I mean, it's not anything to take away from the Turkish pair because they are trying their level best, but it's just that that's the obvious difference in the quality that Matsuyama and Shida bring to the court.
Service over.
It is, and it's, you know, it's all done in training. There's so many different aspects to creating, I guess, a pair like this. I mean, you look at their experience. You know, they've done this tons of times on this level of tournament for years and years now, and they are consistently playing against the best players in the world. That in itself will force you to be a consistent performer. And you look at the strength and depth of Japanese badminton, and particularly in the women's game. They've got tons of teammates, and over the years, there's all that training and sparring practice, and you've got a massive team, big coaches. Then you look at the style in which they train. They'll train such long hours. They'll train for these long rallies, and they're relentless with it to the point where it's hours and hours and hours, and you just can't really afford to miss. And it becomes second nature. It becomes instinct and habit. And when your habits are keeping the shuttle in court,
Service over.
this sort of game becomes a formality almost.
I remember attending a Japanese training session in Tokyo before the Tokyo Olympic Games, and they used to literally start in the morning, train for like a 2 to 3 hour block, break for lunch, train for 2 hours, break for tea, dinner, or whatever, and train another 2 hours before they had shower
10,
and
9.
some downtime. But that's like 7 hours in a day of training, right?
Yeah, it is, and not to take it away from the Turkish players either, because they will be training for a long time. They might spend 2 sessions on court for a day, but then you've got prehab with your physio before that or on your own, rehab afterwards for sure, S&C sessions at times during the week as well. And so I just think it's the extra level and time and pressure, and yeah, that consistency
11,
of intense
9, in
rally
double.
making that perhaps the Japanese, the Koreans, the Chinese players are doing more so than any other nation in the world, and the results sort of speak for themselves.
So it's 11-9 now to Matsuyama and Shida. That opening half a lot closer than, say, the opening game where Matsuyama and Shida kind of steamrolled their opponents a little bit. This time, Ercetin and Inci doing much better in response, but it's still the Japanese third seed to edge ahead.
Çapraz backhand'den de çapraz karşılamalara karşı. Tamam, bunları yapmanız lazım. Ya da arka köşelere boşluğa sert
Go
basmanız.
to 20 seconds.
Agresif oynayın.
Go to 20 seconds.
Hadi bir şey yok. Çevirelim şu.
Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court. Nami. 11-9. Play.
Back and forth and ready to resume the second game at 11-9. It's Matsuyama with the serve. Imagine that now you will see the Japanese just turn things up a notch, close it out smoothly and quickly as possible.
Yeah, there'll be another pair, players or pairs. That's after this match. I'm sure they'll be back on the training court at some point today if they haven't already. Getting those numbers in. Nice shot, nice drop shot there.
Service over. 10, 12.
Matsuyama
Change it.
taken by surprise.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of deception on that.
Yeah, just
from
didn't
Inci.
misjudge the height a little bit there, didn't she?
Yeah. Matsuyama was outfoxed really with that one shot. One good defensive cross drive from Inci.
She's done well. Nicely done, Inci.
Service over. 13-10.
Again, just playing the flatter shot.
14.
Keeping the
10.
shuttle down, playing it to the corner as well.
Yeah, Matsuyama did well there. It's when you're the rear person in doubles and you're forced out of position slightly and you've got to take the shuttle a bit late, there's a temptation
15,
to try
10.
and force some kind of magical, slower drop shot. And instead recognise that if you just put a bit of pace through the shuttle and whip it back into court, you've got to work hard to get back out of the corner because
Service over.
there isn't as much time then to
11,
recover because you've hit the
15.
shuttle harder. But that relies on your sort of discipline and athletic ability, which is more reliable than getting the perfect shot when you're under real pressure. You know, those sort of high-risk shots.
Service over.
That's a
nice.
perfect shot.
Yeah, that was lovely.
16.
Right on the tee.
11.
But that's where she had plenty of time to choose. She
Yeah.
could have done a punch clear, she could hit a smash, sort of straight cross or down the middle. Instead, that lovely drop shot. Working very hard, the Japanese pair, as you'd expect.
Nice. Great vision and execution from Matsuyama.
17. 11.
I mean, she saw that empty front court.
Yeah, we witnessed, I'm not sure if it was you and I or Shizad and I yesterday, day before, doing the Liu and Tan match. Yeah, I think it was us, and it was full of that, wasn't it? It was almost like an exhibition. But for some of these players, it's not just showing off, it's because that's where the space is. And you want to show your opponent something
18,
else before
11.
you find the space. That's the deception. It's really well executed.
3 points away now, Matsuyama and Shida. Been on court for just over half an hour.
All really outstretched.
Service
Matsuyama
over.
perhaps trying to take on a shot that
12.
could have left,
18.
should have left perhaps for a partner here. Get up really high for this.
Yeah.
And naturally it's going to lack the quality because it's almost behind you.
Play.
As suspected after the break.
Service over.
It's been Matsuyama and Shida who've
19,
been
12.
dominating these exchanges, winning most of those points.
Yeah, they have. They've won most of the 50-50 rallies. They've also got all the basics right, and they haven't given away points like the Turkish pair have done, missing that flick serve down the middle, for example,
20.
and a
Match
couple
point.
earlier on.
12.
And yeah,
Multiple match points now.
yeah.
Gone long.
Game.
That means it's Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida who secured 21-9, 21-12 in just 32 minutes. And brings the end to Ercetin's and Inci's World Championships campaign. But that second game, especially the first half of that
Won
second
by
game,
Nami
would be something
Matsuyama
that Ercetin and
Chiharu
Inci
Shida.
will certainly take
21-9,
some positives from.
21-12.
As you see, Matsuyama and Shida acknowledge the crowd. It's their first outing on court here in Paris, back into the Olympic venue where they made some wonderful memories. And of course on the final leg of their journey as a pair. A great way to start it, Bobby. 21-9, 21-12.
Yeah, very businesslike indeed. A threat for the tournament. I'm not sure they can go all the way. I'd love to see them do that. Because they're retiring, it'll be a lovely outgoing of their career, but fairly solid from them, and yeah, they look to enjoy it as well.
Coming up, we turn to mixed doubles, and Korea's Lee Jong-min and Chae Yu-jung take on the number 10 seeds Jesper Toft and Amelie Magelund. That's what's coming up. You're watching live coverage of the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2025. We're coming to you from the Adidas Arena. Here on court 2, we're on to match number 6, and it's